Hey everyone, Alberta Gaming 05 here. We are back. Well, we're back for another video, I can tell you that much. However, I'm trying something new, somewhat, because I tried this in Farm Sim 22, and my first video was okay which was the towing test of the 2023 Ford Superduty from DTG616 for Farm Sim 22. Today, we are going to do the same style video, but with two of the most popular trucks in Farm Sim 25, both by the same mod creator, Roughneck Modding Crew, or RMC, with their lizards, Bighorn 3500 and Superduty 350. So both 1-ton trucks, both heavy duties, and both insanely powerful in-game. We're going to do a quick run through in the store to see what you get for both trucks. We'll compare the numbers from in-game and real life, as I have the real life numbers pulled up on my second monitor. And then we'll do a quick road trip unloaded with no trailer, and then we'll do another road trip with a trailer, probably with a bumper pull and a gooseneck. I have yet to decide on that part based on recording time. And then that'll be the video. This is only episode number 1. I hope that if people like this style of video, I will do more comparisons and more towing tests within Farm Sim 25 with more pickup trucks. So, let's cut to the store, and I'll show you guys what you guys get with these two trucks. So, we are in the store. You can find these trucks in the cars and bikes category in the vehicle section, right there, right there. We will first take a look at the Bighorn pickup truck because it's the first one in the list. Okay, so let's run through numbers real quick. I'll try to put the real numbers up on the screen here when I go into editing. So let's go to engine first. So you have 2500, which is 780 horsepower, 3500, which is 807, 4500, which is 902, but then there's another class of truck in real life called the 5500, which is what most towing companies and service truck companies use. For this test, we are doing the 3500, which is 807 horsepower. So, for the real life counterpart, the horsepower was from 420 horsepower to 430 horsepower. And I believe the torque didn't change. According to Google, it didn't. The torque was 1,075 pounds-feet of torque. Yeah. So in-game, yeah, what did I say? 780 to 902. Fuel tank is 356 liters. I want to say at least 136-ish. Real life, I'd assume. I don't know. Max speed, of course, is 90 km/h, which is not true. Of course, do our quick run through the options here. You've seen other YouTubers do this as well. Get your hitches, tire configurations, including dualies, with a couple options there for each one. It could just be me and it could just be my eyesight, but it feels like the rear end of the single rear wheel stock rims and big tires feels like the rear end is squatting a little bit. So again, it could be my eyes, it could just be me, but it feels like the rear end of the Bighorn is squatting. Which, if you want to do stock rims like that, which I would love to do, it just looks weird. Anyways, moving on. You have a bull bar. You have a bumper, it's right there. Yes or no for steps. They are not retractable, which would be cool. Strobes in the mirrors and blinkers. Yes or no. Exhaust. I went with stock because I don't really care. Windows, tinted or not. Stickers. It says console, not Cummins, by the way, just for you guys going, ooh, Cummins badge. Yes, it is, but it says console. And then colors for days. And then if we go to combinations, attachers, gooseneck, fifth wheel, nada, single fenders, dualies. However, and this kind of does bug me, at least for realism's sake, you have the dually marker lights on the side, but you do not have the center 3 marker lights underneath the bumper or on the tailgate, whatever. I don't remember what Ram did for the center 3 marker lights. I know Ford has them underneath the tailgate. Fenders, you have headache racks with or without a beacon. Toolbox, same setup. Can have a fuel transfer tank if you want, which adds 250 liters. However, it does not, as far as I know, it does not extend the pickup truck fuel tank capacity. It's just an extra tank you can use to fill up your truck or other vehicles. And then colors for days. Again, you're going to see the same customization because it's the same mod creator. Hitches. Horsepower for the truck, 350 or 902. Today, I am using the 902 just to have a somewhat fair comparison between the two trucks. Wheel brands, you have single or dually with a lot of other options here. Again, I want to check something here. Was it this one? You get some interesting wheel design choices there. Yeah, here too, the front end is lowered and the rear end is higher, which again, I do not like, personally, whatever. You got your bull bar, yes or no. Take off the weird air dam, which I think looks hilariously silly. So, get rid of that. Strobes, yes or no, which they don't, on the console version, they don't have the strobes in the windshield, but on the PC version, by the same mod creator, they do, I believe. I just don't have that downloaded. And I kind of don't want to. Steps. Yes or no, you don't have the off-road steps, which is fine. Exhaust, windows, and colors for days. Go to combinations. Here's the bed. Again, you have your gooseneck, fifth wheel, nothing. Fenders. Dually fenders, which, again, I would love to see the center 3 marker lights underneath the tailgate, just to add some realism. Because I don't know why mod authors for consoles don't do that. Because another mod author, Agrotono, I mean, granted, he doesn't put any marker lights on the dually fenders, which is fine, that's his choice. But those that do, could you please put the center 3 marker lights on the rear? Yeah, bed accessories, you're gonna have the same options here. Strobes and the taillights, yes or no. Capacity, which is the transfer tank, again, 250 liters, which also doesn't change the weight, I've noticed, which is weird. Anyways, moving on. And then, of course, colors for days. For the real life Superduty, and I forgot to show this while doing the truck. The high output Power Stroke 6.7 liter has 500 horsepower and 1,200 pound-feet of torque, which is a lot. And then we'll go get to the towing capacity here real quick. So, moving on. Because I like to say save the best for last, I'm not even going to shy away from it. Save the best for last. We'll do the Dodge first. Special features. Cool interior startup animation. Turn my HUD back on for you guys. So for both mouse buttons, you can raise and lower the hitch, which there we go. That was weird. Don't know why that did that. Raise and lower the hitch, which is up and down, left and right. Closes the mirrors. They are manual. And then middle mouse button extends the mirrors. Again, manual, which is fine. For special features, as I said, as well, if you put it in reverse, whoops, that's brake pedal, whoopsies. You have a backup camera. It does not show the rear bumper. I kind of wish it did. So you can kind of help you line up to trailers if you don't want to go third person and see if you're lined up. I wish it would show the rear bumper for that. However, this camera is only active if you have the Mercedes-Benz Truck DLC. If you do not have it, you will not have that screen. You got your animations for blinkers, lights. Both trucks have the same engine sound, which is kind of sad because you don't have a Power Stroke in a Dodge unless you're me and you can do a Power Stroke swap it, but you know, I'm special. Anyways, as we back up to a trailer, which actually no we're not because we're going to go for a quick drive test. Keep in mind I have a mod which is in-game operating hours, so if you don't have that mod, I could turn it off for a quote-unquote fair comparison, but I almost feel like some of you have that mod, and I don't know if you guys do. If you guys do, let me know down below. It is a PC, I believe it's PC only mod on the mod hub, in-game operating hours. Anyways, max speed 170 horsepower. I believe this truck has a, I want to say 8-speed gearbox, which I believe the real truck does as well. Which I'll find out for you because we're going to take the highway anyways, and I hope it changes at some point. The taillight blinker setup is kind of weird. I did not expect it to be like that. I was kind of expecting the clear part, like on the real truck, would be the brakes, blinkers, but whatever, it's different. Excuse my horrible steering as I try to get cruise control set up here. Okay, so it's a 10-speed gearbox. That's fine. For now, I am on Nathal, which is all platforms by Iron Thunder, again on the Game Mod Hub and North American maps. I do want to try to find a 4X map with some slight hills that I don't have to edit in order to make this fair. Alrighty, we are back at the gas station, or fuel barrel in the dealership. Check out the specs real quick here. about 7 kilometers, which is not that bad for a farm sim. Our estimated liter per hour is 10.5. Average was 46.4-ish. It's going down now since we're idle. Range 7 hours. Okay. And we're at 0.8. So we're going to turn the truck off. So I said 236 liters. What are we at right now? Oh, wait, what? What? I'm sorry, what? Let me double check that. Did they say 326? Okay, I just checked real quick and it's 356. So I used 36 liters. Empty. Fill her up. And I think that says 32. I can't see because my recording counter is up there. Okay, I'm gonna get hooked under a bumper pull trailer. And I'll tell you guys the towing capacity as we get close. Do keep in mind that I am testing these trucks with real life numbers, not farm sim numbers, which is how we're going to do the towing capacity test with all the pickup trucks. We are not doing farm sim numbers. We will be testing based on real life numbers. So, with the high output diesel engine in the Ram, you have 37,000 pounds with high output diesel. And I believe that's gooseneck rated. With so yeah, I'm looking at it again. It says towing capacity up to 36,610 to 37,090 pounds with high output diesel. This trailer weighs 12.8 tons, or what's the button for that? Let's control U. It was. Or 28,219.2 pounds. Which, real quick, before we start moving, did we have any squat? A little bit. It's bouncing back there, but whatever. Turn our lights on for safety. And I'll see you guys when we get close to finishing lap number 2. We have arrived back at the fuel barrel. Let's turn off the truck. Get out and check the capacity. Okay, so I gotta do some math now. $356 minus 309. So we used 47 liters of diesel with a 28,000 pound bumper pull towing trailer. Towing trailer? With a 28,000 pound bumper pull trailer. Christ. Go back in the truck and see what kind of damage it does to our bank account. I want to say that's 42, but I won't know until I go into editing. So a $10 difference. Okay, I'm not going to show the next part, or the whole part at least, but I'm going to get hooked under a gooseneck trailer, and I'm going to do some more math here. But while I do that, I will tell you what it weighs after I get it connected. So give me a couple minutes to get that sorted out here. So as we get connected to the gooseneck here, trailer and load combined is 40,200 pounds. And what did we say the max towing capacity for gooseneck was? 37,090 pounds. So we're overloading the truck, which, well, oh no, not that button. Which you should never do. However, I wanted to find the quote-unquote heaviest trailer to test with. So, I'm going to run this load twice on our loop, and I'll see you guys when we get... Is it moving? And I'll see you guys when we get close to being done. We're back. Okay, turn the truck off. There's back panel here. There we go. 356 to 303. God damn it, I think that's... Damn it. $53 liters is what we used for the fuel tank for this 40,000 pound load, which is technically overloading the truck. So hop back in. I want to say that's $47. Okay. Let's move on to the Ford. I'm not going to show, excuse me, the lap of the empty, or both laps of the empty, because now I'm at like 44 minutes with recording. And I'd like to get this complete. while I am backing this up, I want to know if you guys would like to see the same test, but with dually trucks instead of single rear wheel trucks, which is what these are. If you do, let me know down below, as I don't know how to back up a trailer. Because I do, it's just I didn't like the angle I was getting to the parking spot. However, let me know down below if you guys want to see the same test with dually trucks. Just that next time I won't be going over the store options. I'll talk about them, but I won't show them. Whatever, that's fine, I guess. Okay, as you guys just saw there, the door opens when you get into the truck. Special features, which I believe, oh, you can manual fold, and the hitch does go up and down. And of course, as I said earlier, you do have that backup camera when you have the Mercedes-Benz DLC enabled. I will see you guys when we get close to being done with the unloaded fuel test. Okay, after 7 kilometers, 10.5 per liter, or per hour, sorry. Average was 48, range is 4 hours, and that's our hour counter. Okay. Out of 246, we have 215, which means, if I get my calculator out, (246 minus 215), 31 liters used empty. I'm going to get hooked underneath the... Oh, hang on, let's do that first. God damn, I think that says $27. Okay. Get hooked underneath the bumper pole, run the same test, and then come back, hook underneath the gooseneck, do the same test, and then be done. So, while we're hooking up, the Superduty with a bumper pull trailer can tow up to 24,800 pounds, but we already established that this load, and I'm kind of doing this on purpose just to see how these trucks react to overloading or overweight trailers. I do have 2 more trailers that I could test for like half tons and SUVs, which I hope to do if you guys enjoy this series. So as we said, 28,000 pounds, we are 4,000 pounds over the max tow rating. Turn the lights on, and boogie on out of here. We're back. What? Why did it do divide? Whoopsies. Okay, with the pumper pull trailer, we used 41 liters. Which cost us, I think that says, $36. $36. Okay, for maximum gooseneck twin capacity, up to 32,900 pounds. Now keep in mind, I'm bringing this number off as a single cab 4x2 dually truck. However, if we go down to this other section here, so for conventional towing for the other setup, which I think is single rear wheel, I'd assume, conventional is 22,000 pounds and fifth wheel is 22,700 pounds. So do that as you will with the information provided. Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to run this test again. I'll see you guys back at the fuel barrel. We are back at the fuel barrel. Let's get out and see the damage. Oh wow. Okay. 246 minus 197 equals 49. So, with a 40,200 pound gooseneck trailer, we used 49 liters. Do that as you will with the information I provided you. Wow. Okay. Well, let's see how much it's going to cost to fill up. Survey says $44. Yikes. Okay. Well, there we go. This is the end of the video. I will try to remember to put all the numbers into maybe a chart, maybe not. We'll see how I figure it out. Yeah. Which one would you pick based on styling and performance? Again, let me state this from the beginning. I like all trucks, I like all models, I like all sizes, I like them all. I prefer the Ford Superduty because that's just what I like. I like the styling, I like the horsepower. You know, it's what I like. However, if you were to hand me keys to a Dodge, Chevy, Honda, whatever it is that who makes trucks, I'd drive it. I'd drive it all day. But if you were to give me the option, I would buy a Ford. So, if you guys want to see the same tests again with dually trucks, let me know down below. And if you want to suggest a vehicle to test, I'd be fine with that. It just has to be an SUV. It has to have a fuel tank. Or sorry, it has to be an SUV or truck with a fuel tank. And basic options. You know, whatever. But yeah, for performance, it needs to have a fuel tank. Because I have a couple mods in the mods folder that do not have fuel tanks, and as much as I want to test those vehicles, I will not test those vehicles without a fuel tank. Because it just would not be a fair comparison. So, until next time, if you guys did like it, let me know down below by subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing the video. Get it out there for those that want to see it. Until next time, hope you guys enjoyed. Stay safe, stay kind, and enjoy yourselves. Bye.